everyone. This is Doran from Float. Today, I want to talk about a big, interesting question that came up in a conversation I had with a friend. The question is, because we hear all of this advice coming at us from all different directions over the internet and Facebook and other things, and some of it is about being passionate, some of it is about being balanced in life, and some of it is about being more creative. And it we noticed in that conversation that there is actually a contradiction between those different things. For example, if you're very passionate about something and you're you're fully committed and you're going for it, how do you then balance that with, or integrate that with the idea of having a cool, calm, and collected balance in life, where you give everything its due time and due attention? Passion doesn't work that way. Anybody who's ever felt passionate about something or somebody knows that it can't be controlled that way. That's almost the whole thing about passion, right? Like real, actual passion. So how do you do that and be balanced at the same time? Both of these approaches are definitely valuable, but they don't seem to be able to coexist. And so that was the question. By the way, this kind of thing with me just sitting here in Float and just reflecting on things is something I haven't done for a while, and I would love to hear your thoughts and whether this is something you'd like to see more of. So, we were talking about this question, and it dawned on me that I think there is an answer in just not trying to do all of it at the same time, not expecting to be all of these things at the same time. And I thought also there are even cycles, natural cycles even, in life, where you move between passion and balance and creative and practical. I would say that, for example, even if you look at life, at the life cycle of a person, you start life as a kid, and most of us are more creative as kids. Then we get more passionate when we get into teenager age and young adults. Then later in life, we get very practical. Things just need to be done. You have mortgage, you have whatever needs to be done with the family. So we get more practical. And then later in life, in the golden age, as they say, we tend to become more balanced and take things slower and all that. So that's a natural cycle that happens. Of course, this is a generalization. We don't all work the same way. But as generalizations go, there is this cycle. You also have, for me, I don't know about you, but for me, I even have a cycle through the year. With different seasons, I tend to have different states, if you will. So I think I'm more practical in the summer, and I tend to be more reflecting and that in the fall, for example. So the other thing is that there is this cycle through the day. And I think we all need different things. We have different lives and different things that we need and different things that we do. But I think we do all go through different stages in the day, where at the end of the day, maybe you do want to be more balanced and reflective, meaning, reflecting on things and take things slower and wind down, whereas in the morning you want to ignite things and you want to be practical or passionate. And so we, even through the day, we move through different things. And even during the day, there is value in transitioning from something very practical to just taking 5 or 10 minutes or 15 minutes and just really quickly switching into a more reflective or balanced state, and then maybe switching back. Now the problem is that that switching is not so easy to do, but there is value in being deliberate about how you switch between those things, and just even have the awareness of, yeah, this is the kind of me that I need to be right now in order to really, for my life to come together and for me to achieve what I need to achieve, but also to not overdo it, and to also have some time for myself and all of that. So those transitions, if they can be done deliberately, that has a lot of value. And by the way, this is in I would say, if float has one benefit that you can get for everyone's life, because float does help with ADHD and with anxiety and with a whole bunch of things, but the thing that it can contribute to all of us, regardless of specific conditions, is helping to be deliberate about those things. So I tend to use imagine and or energize, combination of those things, at the beginning of the day. So I start with a bit of coming into, to change my mood to something which is more, I would say, creative. This is why we called it imagine. You sort of imagine, you sort of think about, or even feel this sensation of a day starting and all the possibilities. Imagine, really, I like imagine for that feeling and that approach, like everything is possible kind of thing. And then I often also do energize, which switches me to something very practical, and then I can start my day with this practical disposition or state. And then I can use it to switch, to take a break, to switch off the practicalness when I need to, and very quickly I can get into something more that sort of thinks more internally, that thinks about life, and so I get more balanced. And so that switch, which is very hard, at least for me, to do just on my own, because there is inertia, right? When I do something that I'm very passionate about, it's very hard for me to disconnect and really sort of go to something else. If I need to do my stretching or my walking or my something which is more for me and more balanced, that's a hard switch for me to do. But float is actually very helpful in that particular thing. So yeah, to just tie it all together and summarize, I think there is a lot of contradiction in all the different ways in which we sort of, it's good to live life. The good approaches, they kind of contradict. They can't live in the same person at the same time, but they don't need to. We can be deliberate about moving between them and get all those benefits. And if we use whatever tool, whether it's float or something else that you use, to be deliberate about it, I think you can really get a lot out of those different approaches. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share. Again, happy to do these every once in a while when I have something to say, and if you like me to do that, then I'd love to hear about that, because that gives me motivation. Obviously, if I know somebody's going to watch it or listen to it, then that's much more fun to make these. All right, float on and have a great day. Bye bye.